Hello, my name is Dewani Robinson, and I'm a resident of Flint, Michigan. Just want to say, just coming up in the city of Flint, actually, just in the back in the day, Flint used to be one of the most thriving towns there was back during the 40s and the 50s. Went through a kind of manufacturing stage where we were all about manufacturing vehicles, which tokened us as a vehicle city. So actually, we have a lot of rich history coming up, and we have a lot of things to be thankful for. So just fast forward to today, our whole objective is to really kind of help young men come from at risk, undereducated, underdeveloped, under resourced backgrounds to kind of help them be fully employed at a place where they can build a foundation. So, our thing is really at the center is really just addressing the issues that young people have today, and there are many issues. There's many factors in that goes into not being successful. There's many things and barriers that may prevent you from really succeeding or reaching your full quality of life. And some of those things have affected the young people in the city of Flint. And so it's a big heart that goes out to them. It's a big change that we want to make here. And there's vessels that's working to do those jobs and do those initiatives. So, um, URC was developed as a social entity from a Joy Tabernacle Church, where the church was really doing a lot of the social enterprise work, neglecting its spiritual or its religious backgrounds to help the people in the city of Flint. So Pastor R. McCathern, who is executive director, is the one who initiated this focus on urban development and really kind of like set the tone for building a new generation in the Civic Park neighborhood, which was developed and manufactured by GM back in 1919. And eventually, over the course over the years, it has been an eyesore to say the least. And for the residents over there, it's a sense of hopelessness. It's a sense of deprived, a sense of being deprived, a sense of disinvestment. And those things can contribute to the mindset and the psychology and the philosophy of people in those areas. And one of the things that we do every day is to strive to make those changes to make sure that people feel like, we are providing a resource, we are making change, we are want to be the difference. We do want to make and provide a platform for these young people coming up after us. So it's in us to be the leaders and the examples and ones to make sure that we take forth the resources that's available out there to give to the people who have no connection to it. So being a young person in Flint, being someone who's been there, been um, in those same predicaments as the young people that we try to help every day, it's a very emotional heartstring that's connected to them. And my heart goes out to them. That's why I do this work. That's why I go forth every day to make sure that I make a difference. And at the end of the day, it's to leave a mark and not a stain. So USC was developed in that sense of just addressing the social entity side and making sure that the people are not just clapping their hands on Sunday in the church, but they are also Monday through Saturday making a difference around them in the area. So that's very important. That's very good work. And you see young people that's been in the area that's grown up in the Civic Park neighborhood actually just have been neglected and feeling like there's a sense of hopelessness, and that hurts. It really hurts for a young person who really feels like they don't have any opportunity out in this world. So when you come in a neighborhood that was once a very prideful neighborhood that very much had every resource that you can name and actually had a name for itself, to only turn around nowadays to have nothing to give back for these young people is very disheartening. And so, most importantly, it's about really bringing back the North Flint. And that initiative has been brought forward from the Ruth Mott Foundation, who is actually doing a strategic plan to put 5 years, or $5 to $6 million into the North Flint area over the next 5 years. So, I'm very thankful for the opportunity and just be able to do the work. And that's actually how I came aboard and being able to kind of support those efforts and just making sure that We write grants, we do systemic programs, we do educational workshops. We remove those personal barriers. We talk about wraparound service. We make sure that you have every right and you have every informed decision in your body to make the best capable decisions you can. So for us, that's a unique situation to kind of position ourselves as a training center for North Flint. So when you think about it, the Flint population is at about 100,000 people, and you have about 40% are in the range from 15 to 35. So you think about that population who is not currently working, who's not currently gaining an income, who can provide for their family. It puts an ultimate stress on their life and on their family's life, which really actually ultimately really makes them feel as if they're not a viable member of the society. And that's something that that's the hopeless feeling that they do have, and that's something that we're trying to minimize. And so that's one of our things and our objectives for the center is to make sure that we take those at-risk youth, reentry members, people coming home from prison, feeling like they don't have any opportunities. We want to make sure that we fill them with the necessary knowledge, create an institution around them, build a strong support system, provide a wraparound service to eliminate any barriers that they may have, so then that way they can be gainfully employed. That's the idea here, ladies and gentlemen. It's like really getting people to the point where they can build their own foundation, when they can live and they can enjoy life and they can give back and they can do for others and they can take care of their family. I think, when we start looking at it from that standpoint and really want to make sure that, everybody is healthy and everybody feels good and everybody has a gateway to success, and ensuring that, make sure that everybody has options, and then you kind of see the best in other people. So um, it's very, very important work. It's very, very gratifying work for myself, for the agency, for the executive director, who's the founding member of this organization, who continues to strive and continue to do the great work. Um, it's very important for the city of Flint. So then that way we show this light, we show this positive side. So just honestly thankful for the opportunities and just want to make sure that this works. And so we actually had our first graduation this past May, where we graduated 40 members from the Rebound and Ready program. So that's 40 members who graduated from the program out of 60. So that gives us a high mark on our first go around, which we're very excited because we can see the blessings that can take place. We can see the activity that comes when you really support people, when you really make a way and you provide a structure around them. And then now that they are going off and building their platforms, you can see how happy they are. So out of those 42 graduates for the first round, 77 of them are currently gainfully employed. So let's make some noise for that. And I'm really very proud of them. And actually, honestly, we just had a celebration with them the other day and just kind of took them out to dinner and just talked to them about life. And it's always about that reinforcement. It's always about keeping them going, always keeping them motivated, because you inspire them, but you don't want them to stop. So this is not the end all. This is just as a jump start. So I'm very proud of the work that they're doing. Very proud of the center. We want to make sure that we keep those donations coming and we make sure we do the right thing. So we greatly appreciate all the support. Thank you to the city of Flint. Thank you for the Urban Renaissance Center. Thank you for the neighborhood of Civic Park. So we'll definitely be continuing on. Nothing never stops. Just continue to provide your support and we'll do the work in all things. Thank you.